All right. Well, with y'all spending inspiration to lock in those points, why don't we begin making our second Barbarian, Unearthed Arcana Barbarian. Because it doesn't have OJ in it. Yeah, you know, I tried the zero sugar Mountain Dew. It's, pardon me. Who knew soda makes you burp? I don't see a warning label. I get that argument then, Hark. It's because it's not. Yeah, it's a citrusy soda, but is it Mountain Dew? Mazumune says, I spent most of the day watching the trial, and I will leave it at that. I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, Syart. Good morning to you. By the way, Syart, this is the things have been switched over. Thank you for sending the brighter lobby over. And also, Dark Wolf, I think you've seen this one before, but I hope you like how Syart has treated Biddy. Looks like Biddy's actually grown, thanks to all of your efforts here. But I hope you like this version of Biddy the snake. Oh, I mean, it shows how much I follow along. That completely woo. I'm in a D&D mode. I'm like, what kind of a trial are you? Are you planning some kind of like a gauntlet for your players? Yeah, Biddy's a big boy. Bits for Biddy. Yeah, who knew that Biddy was actually a huge winged constrictor snake, kind of like what Casimir summoned on Tuesday. Well, sounds like I got to catch up on current events then, Mazumune and Demon. I will say, whatever happened, the world is still turning, so that's good. Now, the sun's not up. I don't know if the sun will come up in the morning, but I guess we'll find out. I have some reading to do after the stream. Well, again, I guess it would just it would take some reading and to find out the what's and who's and you know what, if that's the result you wanted or if that's the result you didn't want, you have the power, my friends. You have the power to affect that with your vote. So if someone who is supposed to represent you in your local, state, or federal level government is not representing your interests, even if you share some kind of affiliation with them through a political party or through something else, hey, sometimes a shakeup is needed, right? Nothing can last forever. And you know, for people who rest on the laziness of, you know, they're just going to keep voting for me. Again, this is completely agnostic to a party affiliation or anything. You know, if that attitude is adopted by individuals or parties, then those individuals and parties need to be reminded that they can be very easily cycled out. And you know, for you all to affect the change that you want to see in the world. Oh no, Senin. No, we're not here to do that. This is just a reminder that whatever, we are empowered, because that is what this workshop does. We are empowered to act as our own agents in this world. Dark Wolf says flying snakes are tiny. Yeah, he did get embiggened, didn't he, Dark Wolf? Is Volos considered a small box or a large? It's a normal box. I mean, if you want to say small, but it is a normal-sized box. Oh, no, the Syart, it's fine to have Biddy like that. It's absolutely fine. Hey, Evelyn, welcome. Yeah, poor Evelyn got, it was stunned for 1 round, so a 6-second timeout. Inside, yeah, you gotta use your inside voice. Yeah, well, hey, Evelyn, we're gonna get started with our Barbarian build if you think that'll help perk you up. All right, here we go. I have some people who've spent inspiration points, and let's redeem that here. Solar, you're up for helping with anything. Why don't you get this character started, and roll a percentile in chat. ! Roll space 1d100, and let us know, do we have a female character, a male character, or even a multi-class character? Oh, Darkwolf, send me a message on Discord. I have something fun for you. That what you said reminds me of. Send me a message about drawing Biddy, please. Yes, this is the Path of the Beast from Subclasses 1, Ivalon. Rolled a 35. We have a female character. And now, let's see. So, Solar, thank you for redeeming some redemption. For redeeming some inspiration. And I'm going to turn on Acquisitions Inc. and all the other good stuff for races. Including D&D time, everyone. No, we're just making them level 20. So we have 50 different unique races. And then where you can see there are sub-races available, they have the little stars. And did anyone claim... Alright, Hark. Hark wanted to roll for the race. And so... Hark, will you... Yep, D50. And you rolled a 1. An Aarakocra. Alright. That one's marked as complete. So we have a female Aarakocra. And those are medium-sized creatures. There's no sub-races, so no sub-races found. A Barbarian. I love it, Darkwolf. Yeah. What's left for rolls? Let's see. Background is taken. Alignment's taken. Syart, whether we take a feat or an ability score improvement can be rolled. The ideal bond flaw, like IBF if you want to call it that, IBF is still available. Age, height, and weight. Now for our alignment, Hark also wanted to roll for alignment. And so Hark, you spent some inspiration for it. Will you please roll alignment on our balanced odds chart? 27. So we had a neutral evil barbarian at first, and now we have a chaotic good one. We had a neutral evil glass-blowing barbarian. And now we have a chaotic good Aarakocra so far. We already know the level. We're going to just roll up a level 20 character to see the complete everything in motion here. Now for the ability score improvement or feats, As someone didn't claim it with inspiration, Syart, if you would like to roll that, then go ahead and give me a D100 roll in chat. Grapple people, pick them up and drop them? Well, that could be an option. All right, at 22, we're going all au natural. We are pure burb. And now for the background. You see how the list is populating? Isn't that fun? Darkwolf wanted the background. Darkwolf, can you roll a 78-sided die? And we get a 77. An Uthgardt the Uthgardts are as a barbarian tribe in the Forgotten Realms. So this is interesting. All right, let's get this in here. I'm moving this over so I can spell it. Uthgardt tribe member. It writes itself, everyone. It writes itself. Now, while we're here, I don't see anyone in particular has claimed it. Chuckle, will you please roll 2d8 in chat for the personality traits? No, wait, I'm sorry. That's Demon. Demon Quiller is doing that one. Chuckle, don't roll that one. Demon Quiller, I need you to roll 2d8, but Chuckle, you can roll 3d6 for the ideal bond and flaw. 1 and 1. All right, Demon, I need you to roll a d8 in chat and not get a 1. A 3 is acceptable. And then Chuckle's going to give us our ideal bond and flaw. 2, 3, 1. All right, very good. We have some more placeholders. There we go. Character class? Well, we already have our class and our subclass picked, so we're going to skip over this section. And now we come to, Senin, you can help out here. You did redeem some inspiration points to do so. Can you give me a D100? And by the way, Ivalon, with Mathrock's bot, you can roll 2d10 as a heads up. In fact, you'll get to see that with the height modifier here. So, Ivalon, I'll have you roll 2d10 for the... actually, no, hang on. Don't roll that. Aarakocra are different. Never mind. But you'll get your chance, Ivalon. You'll get your chance. But Senin did redeem inspiration points. So, Senin, please type !roll space 1d100. Rolled an 85. We have another elderly. We made 2 elderly barbarians this workshop. Well, you know what? Someone's got to pass on the traditions. Now, what does elderly mean for an Aarakocra? An elderly Aarakocra is 19 plus 1d4 years. Nictorak, will you please type !roll space 1d4 plus 19. All right, our Aarakocra is elderly at 21. Which, by the way, Aarakocra don't naturally live that long. Now, if you change it for your campaign setting, hey, change it. As they're described, they're actually a short-lived race. Only the good die young. Now we need our height modifier and our weight modifier. Who is here that hasn't rolled yet? Mazamune, will you please give me a 2d6? Kromdrade, before you go. Kromdrade, don't go yet. I need you to roll a d4 in chat. Quick, get your thumbprint on this character before you take off. Mazamune is adding 4 inches to her height. Oh, shoot. I'm sorry I put you on the spot, Mazamune. So we're 4'10". And then Kromdrade's given us 2. So we're going to take 4 times 2 is 8. Add that to the base weight. And she is 98 pounds. Alrighty. Well, let's see. We're going to need to go to... not backgrounds. Our player's handbook is going to be used for referencing Barbarian. However, as... yeah, have a great night, Kromdrade. Thanks for joining us. As we do begin with our background, we are going to open up... we are going to open up our Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide. And let me find it real quick like. Open it here. And let's find out more about our Aarakocra and Uthgardt tribe member. Now, this is Forgotten Realms specific. Maybe you abide by it in Forgotten Realms or even outside of it because you like the concept. Pardon. We're not approaching this as if this is a Forgotten Realms character where it must stick to the Uthgardt. You know, it talks about holding on to the old ways, tradition, and taboo have kept the Uthgardt strong. It could abide by that. It might not. We're going to draw some inspiration from it broadly, but we don't need to worry about the specific definition of an Uthgardt tribe member for purposes of the workshop. Now, if you are building a character for a campaign at home, you know, talk to your DM. Is this taking place in the Forgotten Realms? Is this going to be very vital to stick with the theme of the Uthgardts? Our skill proficiencies are going to be athletics and survival. We're going to get one type of musical instrument or artisan tools. Okay. Hey, Mentally. Mentally, you can help us out here. Unless anyone wants to spend some inspiration, which any of you can, because there might always be some more rolls for this. Mentally, can you please roll... I don't know. You know what? We're making a Barbarian. Can you roll a D12 in chat? ! Roll space 1D12. If it's odds, we have an instrument. If it's evens, it's artisan tools. Oh, mentally, are you there? There we go. Odds. So we are going to be playing a musical instrument of some kind. And I guess in our player's handbook here, we're actually going to skip to chapter 5. And which kind of instrument are we good at playing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 10 different ones. So Demon, it looks like you want to roll some dice. Can you please give me a D10 roll? Rolled a 2. Not bagpipes, but we do play the drums. We are also going to get a language of our choice. So I'm going to represent that with some question marks. We are going to get some equipment, a hunting trap, and then a totemic token or set of tattoos marking your loyalty to Uthgardt and your tribal totem. We can represent our tribal totem as a trinket. And so just otherness, can you please roll a D100 in chat and let us know which trinket we have that is our tribal totem? Nope. Did we lose just otherness? Oh, there we go. All right, a 10. All right, we'll find out what that is here towards the end of character creation, but that will be our tribal trinket totem. A set of traveler's clothes and a belt pouch with 10 gapuz. Our background feature is Uthgardt heritage. You have an excellent knowledge of not only your tribe's territory, but also the terrain and natural resources of the rest of the north. You are familiar enough with any wilderness area that you find twice as much food and water as you normally would when you forage there. Additionally, you can call upon the hospitality of your people and those folk allied with your tribe, often including members of druid circles, tribes of nomadic elves, the harpers, and the priesthoods devoted to the gods of the first circle. And then for the characteristics, it is suggesting... Oh, actually, I forgot. The Sword Coast Adventures Guide offers kind of new backgrounds, or rather specified takes on those in the player's handbook. So actually, we are going to go to Chapter 4 because our personality traits, ideal bonds, and flaws are going to be based on the Outlander. As is here. And of course, it does prompt you, if you need to change things to reflect that you aren't just a generic Outlander, but specifically if you cater to the Uthgardt tribe in the Forgotten Realms or something else that is specific, make those adjustments. But this is the base upon which the other features of this background is based. And I guess we're going to go to that because we need to discover her personality traits. Here we go. Something else that we might be able... well, no, because there's Tribal Nomad Hunter-Gatherer. This could be a role within the Uthgardt tribe if we want to specify, just like with Cloistered Scholar, what type of a scholar we were. So you know what? On behalf of our people, why don't we roll that? Base, Base, real quick, are you still here before you leave? Okay, Base, real quick. Exclamation point roll, space 1d10. Let us know what we do for our tribe. Alright, got it. A 1. We're a forester. Okay. Thank you. Be well. And thanks for checking in. And, hey, congratulations on your tour, and I hope it continues to be fun and successful for you. Alright, what is our Aarakocra Barbarian, our Barbarian, as Dark Wolf said? What is her first personality here? What am I thinking of the character? I don't know yet, Solar. We don't really have a lot of information till we go for this next step. Personality trait number 1. I'm driven by a wanderlust that led me away from home. And personality trait number 3. I once ran 25 miles without stopping to warn my clan of an approaching orc horde. I'd do it again if I had to. Now, does it have to be orcs? No. We get the concept. We had a marathon in order to, we took it upon ourselves to jeopardize our health or something else in order to warn the tribe of a great danger, a volcano, an invasion, a migratory or weather pattern that shifted, something along those lines. What is her ideal? Number 2. Greater good. It is each person's responsibility to make the most happiness for the whole tribe. Our bond is number 3. I will bring terrible wrath down on the evildoers, who destroyed my homeland. Well, I guess our warnings worked. Our people survived. Our homeland did not. And what could that mean? Culturally? Economically? Slash and burn? Was this a natural disaster? Something happened in the world that displaced us, and we are very upset at the agents that caused it. And what is our personality flaw? Number 1. I am too enamored of ale, wine, and other intoxicants. That could also be, if it's not alcohol, It could be something. It could be something you eat. That's intoxicating. A mushroom or like a peyote cactus. It could be. There are other intoxicants like if you go to the big city, and maybe there's a certain lifestyle you discover that there are certain physical or mental pleasures that you enjoy engaging in. There's something perhaps more of the natural world, but it is a detriment to us because if we're exposed to it, we're going to involve ourselves in it, and it'll probably take us out of commission for a little bit. Well, yeah, I mean, our Aarakocra could also be smoking the peace pipe, or something along those lines. All right, let's review her personality. I'm driven by a wanderlust that led me away from home. I once ran 25 miles without stopping to warn my clan of an approaching horde or event. We can even just put in brackets, event. Doesn't have to be orcs. I'd do it again if I have to. These two could even be connected. What if we left? Even if we weren't supposed to. We discovered the thing. We jeopardized ourselves, almost killed ourselves getting back. We warned our friends and family. They got out of there, but our homeland was destroyed behind us. And we're going to go back out by that wanderlust into the world to find the one responsible, or the ones responsible. Because it is up to us in the tribe to make each other happy. If we're happy individually, and all of us are individually happy, therefore the entire tribe is also happy. Maybe in some way we feel guilty that maybe we brought or led. What if we were discovered and the scouts of this horde followed us back? And actually we're the ones, maybe they're just going to pass by, but instead they saw that there was plunder. How do we correct that? How do we try and bring happiness and peace back to the tribe? Pardon. And then, of course, there's the carousing. We seem to have some dietary or carnal needs that need to be met. The grief from destruction may be the inability to warn quick enough as to cause guilt, hence the need to drink or take some form of drug. Senin, there we go. So here we go. Everyone, it writes itself. Capital M, lowercase I-W-I. It writes itself. Iwi. All right, we have now our background. We do not need our Sword Coast Adventures guide any longer. Now, what we will need is the elemental evil. Evil player's companion. And this way, we can know how to play a burb. So there's the Aarakocra. Our dexterity increases by 2, and our wisdom increases by 1. Our speed is 25 feet if we're walking, though we do have a flying speed of 50. Flight, you have a flying speed of 50. Okay, talons, you are proficient with your unarmed strikes. which deal 1d4 slashing damage on a hit. Though, really, that's just going to be if we're attacking with strength weapons or dex, whether they're talons or daggers or whatever. This is kind of how we're going to lump this. We're going to lump this in. Language: you can speak, read, and write Common, Aarakocra, and Orin. So we have our one from our background, which might be like a neighboring tribe or an ally or something along those lines. So we have Common, Aarakocra, and Orin, which is the elemental language of air. Ta-da! We're in Aarakocra. We have our background. We have our race. Now we're going to go back to the player's handbook. Go to classes and Barbarian. Here we go. I went too far. I dug too deep. We're making a level 20 Barbarian. Oh, and it should be noted that for flight, to use this speed, you can't be wearing medium or heavy armor. So we can be wearing light armor. However, as we're a Barbarian, we don't need to be wearing any armor. And we'll be pretty well armored. It doesn't mention anything about shields. So theoretically, you could be wearing a shield. I don't know if your DM would be like, no, come on, that's dumb. Then again, this is a fantasy world full of magic, and we're playing a flying creature. Anyway. Our proficiency bonus at level 20 is 6. Solar, the recap, we have a female Aarakocra that is a forester for our Barbarian tribe. And she has some guilt about something she's done in the past, which is leading her on a quest for vengeance, and has also caused her to pick up some bad habits. We're going to go back. This is Barbarian. Path of the Beast. But we won't worry about the beast part. Could use a chain shirt. I think a chain shirt might be. Although, Senin, we're probably going to get a better... You know, unless we wanted to play maybe a low con. Unless we wanted to play a low con Barbarian, which is fine. You can do that. You know, I have nothing against that. We might be better just going con dex and relying on our unarmored defense as a Barbarian, instead of even having to worry about armor. Well, she will be... I mean, she's already a bird person. She will be a beast Barbarian, as per the subclass. And I guess we'll find out as we continue Solar where this is going to go. We are a D12 hit die class, and so at level 20, we get 20 D12s. Oh, I gotta scoot that over just a little bit more here. There we go. We get 20 D12s, and you can spend your hit die when you rest, short or long, in order to recover hit points without needing to use a potion or a spell. We do have armor proficiencies with light. And also, that's if we want to fly. If we don't want to fly, we could wear medium armor if we want. Light, medium, and shields. Can I roll the 20 D12? If you want to roll a 20 D12 to see how many hit points she could possibly recover, now that's excluding her con. I suppose you can, Drizkill. Weapons, simple and martial. And no tool proficiencies. Oh geez, Mathrockspot got upset with you. Oh my goodness. Strength and con are going to be our proficiencies in our saving throws. And then we get to choose 2 skills. 2 skills. Animal handling, athletics, intimidation, nature, perception, and survival. Well, we already have survival and athletics from being an Uthgardt tribe member. Now, if we take into consideration she's a forester, and if we take into consideration she's driven by a wanderlust, though, of course, our background feature can help with that because it's difficult for us to get lost out in the wilds because we are a survivor. We're not going to give up. We keep on surviving. Nature, yeah, I think nature would come in handy if we're a forester. Because survival isn't going to tell us if a tree is healthy, per se, or what the species of tree is, or things along those lines. So I think that knowledge nature would work. And perception, right? She scouted. She was flying around. She saw the horde. I think that is a very good mix mentally. Perception and nature. Starting equipment, I'm not going to worry about it. If she wears armor, it could be magical. Does she have an axe? It could be magical. Again, we're just going to calculate any weapons that require strength and what her to hit is with those. Any dex weapons, and there we go. Now, we are going to get... we have 0 dark vision. I forgot to put that in there, too. Is there anything else? No. Alright, we're finished with this. Going down the line, because we've already... Really? I didn't even drag it to the side. Come on, I just want to click over to it. A barbarian is a barbarian is a barbarian. Right now. I don't know if any of you caught this. I don't know if any of you caught this, but there's a fun little option that that Jeremy included in the new character builder. Do any of you see what it is? In the context that I said a barbarian is a barbarian, comma but. Also, let me know what you guys think about the presentation here. Is it readable? Is it? Can you follow along with how this looks and what's going on? Dump-a-doop-a-doop. Uh-oh, what's that? The Unearthed Arcana class features. In this case, every barbarian, like as a class, not even subclass, every barbarian is not going to be a barbarian. Well, they will, but you can have different types of barbarians depending on the class features that you choose. Now, that's not turned on for this, but it's something to consider for the future. All right. Let's get back to it. In our case, though, we're going to get Rage, +4 damage, unlimited uses, unarmored defense, reckless attack, danger sense, an extra attack, our brutal critical, feral instinct, relentless rage, persistent rage, indomitable might, monster kill. And so I am going to take this, and I'm going to copy this over to our other barbarian. And by the way, even without the Unearthed Arcana class features, there's nothing wrong if you want to play a barbarian and someone else in the party wants to play a barbarian. Play 2 barbarians. There's nothing wrong with that. Even if you want to play the same subclass. because you still have options. You still have things that might make you different, your backgrounds, or even just the way that you role play. Something along those lines. If someone else is the barbarian in the party, but you've always wanted to play a barbarian and have double barbarians. Nothing is lost. Everything is gained because you're going to have fun, the other player's going to have fun, and maybe you're going to find some cool combos that you couldn't have pulled off before if you both weren't barbarians. There you see? That way, I mean, you have, why have a quarter pounder when you can have a double quarter pounder? Duh. So all this is basic barbarian stuff. It's in the player's handbook, starter rules, SRD. Uh-oh. Who got, oh no, Red Cap. Red Cap got nuked. Oh, yeah, you could have a lot of fun with that, I think, Driz. Oh, yeah. So you angered the robot overlord, Red Cap. What I will still read through, because yes, our subclass is going to be the same up to our 14th level capstone, but because we are reviewing in concept the Path of the Beast, I will still just go through this. And also, we need to roll. Let's find out what our origin is. And so, I was going to say, have one of the barbs have Sentinel. DMs love that feat. Oh, yeah, yeah. Let's see. I didn't play 2nd edition, so I don't know offhand, Demon. Drizzkill, I don't know if you've rolled anything for us tonight. Can you give me a D4 roll in chat? What is our origin of the beast for our Aarakocra? Our elderly 21-year-old Aarakocra. Rolled a 1. One of your parents is a lycanthrope, and you've inherited some of the curse. Hey, Lethality. You have arrived from San Antonio. Hey, how'd it go? Yeah, so Coffee Cat Presents was doing San Antonio by Night, Vampire the Masquerade game. And Lethality, who plays Celine in our D&D Tuesday game, was in the great state of Texas, and hopefully having a ton of fun. So our Aarakocra has a lycanthrope parent. So I wonder then, if that's the case, maybe you could pitch this so that, yes, we're using the mechanics of an Aarakocra, though what if we're actually an elf? Or whatever, a dwarf, a halfling. We're 4'10", I don't know. If you grow during your transformation, I guess you're a little shorter than normal. And so, what if we describe our character is actually an elf or a dwarf or a halfling or something, who has a parent that is a Aarakocra, or like some kind of a shape-shifting burb. Like a werecrow or something along those lines. And so our Aarakocra, our child here, has the permanent manifestations of the wereform that was passed down by the parent. And so maybe if our parent was like a werecrow or something, we have, we're an Aarakocra with beautiful black feathers or something along those lines. So mechanically, we're an Aarakocra, though we call ourselves an elf because we were raised by elves or whatever. Hey, Grainwald, what if we're an elf? Ban this sick filth. Hey, I'm glad that you've been enjoying yourself, Grain, and thank you for coming out of the shadows, if only for a fun comment. So this is our origin. A parent is a lycanthrope of some kind. We are then going to get form of the beast. When you enter your rage, you can transform, revealing the bestial power within you. Until your rage ends, you manifest a natural melee weapon, choosing one of the following options. Bite. Your mouth transforms into a bestial snout or great mandibles, your choice. Your bite deals 1d8 piercing damage on a hit. Once on each of your turns, when you damage a creature with your bite, you regain a number of hit points equal to your Constitution modifier. Or you could choose Claws. Your hands transform into claws, which deal 1d6 slashing damage on a hit. When you take the attack action on your turn and make an attack with your claws, you can make one additional attack using your claws as part of the same action. Or you can manifest a tail. You grow a lashing, spiny tail, which deals 1d12 piercing damage on a hit and has the reach property. We also get a bestial soul. The feral spirit within you grows in power, causing the natural weapons of your form of the beast to count as magical for the purpose of overcoming resistance and immunity to non-magical attacks and damage. You can also call on the feral spirit to help you adapt to your surroundings. When you finish a short or long rest, choose one of the following benefits, which lasts until you finish a short or long rest. You gain a swimming speed equal to your walking speed, and you can breathe underwater. You gain a climbing speed equal to your walking speed, and you can climb difficult surfaces, including upside down on ceilings, without needing to make an ability check. When you jump, you can make a strength athletics check and extend your jump by a number of feet equal to the check's total. You can make this special check only once per turn, and by the way, there's a fun rule tip on jumping. I have a comment. I'm going to wait until I'm done going through the list of things, though. Infectious Fury. When you hit a creature with your natural weapons while you are raging, the spirit within you can curse your target with rabid fury. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw, or suffer one of the following effects, your choice. The target must use its reaction to make a melee attack against another creature of your choice that you can see, or the target takes 2d12 psychic damage. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your Constitution modifier, minimum once. You regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. And lastly, we get Call the Hunt. The beast within grows so powerful that you can spread its ferocity to your allies. When you enter your rage, you can choose a number of willing creatures you can see within 30 feet of you, equal to your Constitution modifier. Until your rage ends, the chosen creatures gain the Reckless Attack feature, and you have advantage on saving throws against being frightened. You also gain 5 temporary hit points for each creature that accepts the benefit. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your Constitution modifier, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. Maybe the parent was a werebat, hence the ability to bite and drain health. Yeah, and so Aarakocra, we can. It's a smallish flying race. You want that to be a burb? You want that to be a bat? You want the Aarakocra to be a sugar glider? I don't see why not. You want a sugar glider Aarakocra? Although, I mean, that's not necessarily flying, but you get the idea. There is a number within 30 feet of you that you can see equal to your Constitution modifier. Drizzkill the tail. So this happens when you rage, and you just grow these. And so you get it when you rage, but it sticks around as you rage, and you can use these instead of an axe or a sword or whatever. And you know what a lot of these traits remind me of? All three of these, and also the abilities that you can get with a bestial soul. It really reminds me of a xenomorph. It really reminds me of a xenomorph. Hark says, I'm mostly lurking like a rogue in the shadows at the moment. My headset battery needs charging, and I need a break from wearing them. All right, Hark, yeah, lurk away. Lurk away, Hark, lurk away. So here we go. We have our background. We have our race. And we can still even discuss some of this stuff. Like, the bat idea could be cool. Do you want a flying squirrel instead? Do you want a, birds are very closely related to reptiles. Do you want this to be kind of a, like a pterodactyl? Have fun with it. And if you want to think outside the box, or at least, I would hope that if you propose cosmetic changes to your character, that your DM would be very open-minded. Doesn't mean it's a guaranteed yes. I hope that your DM would be open-minded to cosmetic changes. You are still mechanically playing an Aarakocra. A small but powerful dragon. There you go, Solar. Exactly. Mechanically, you are playing as the content you presumably were allowed to play dictates. Cosmetically, have fun with it. A were-velociraptor, although this one can fly. Yeah, flying squirrel, why not? Why not? Oh, a were-sugar glider. Now it's time to apply our ability scores. We have the chassis. It's time to drop the engine in, okay? We have the standard array of 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, and 8. And it's time to assign them. Now, something that was brought up was, she can wear light armor. She can wear light armor and still use her Aarakocra flying ability. It doesn't mean that she, wouldn't want to put on medium armor. Maybe try and hide her wings or something. Yeah, you can't fly, but still you get the benefits of the armor. And oh no, I'm a 2D character like 95% of all the other races. Let's see. So light armor is padded, leather, or so we could get studded leather, which is 12 plus full dex mod. So unless we wanted to make her unless we wanted to make her a low constitution, a low constitution barbarian, she's probably better off having high con and dex and using unarmored defense instead of relying on any armor. So what we're probably going to see is 15, 14, 13, 12, 10 intelligence. She's not very charismatic, and there's nothing wrong with that. She's used to living in the wild. She might not be polite. Remember, charisma isn't... It doesn't have to be looks at all, or it's not just looks if you incorporate that. It's your demeanor. It's your etiquette. Having a low charisma in this case means that, hey, she's been a forester in a barbarian tribe. She probably doesn't have a lot of social graces, and when you consider her flaw, I'm too enamored of ale, wine, and other intoxicants. Even if you want to go outside of intoxicants as being solids, liquids, or gases that you inhale, if she is, if there are other things that intoxicate her, she's paying for the services. She, mentally, physically, with coin or something along those lines, she's not, people aren't, pardon the pun with an Aarakocra and a bird, people aren't necessarily flocking to her. She has to flock to other people. But she does have at least a baseline education with a specialty in nature, so that she can identify trees and other things, and maybe even identify some of the intoxicants that she likes to imbibe. With this, that's going to give us a 15 dex. Uh, 15 dex and a 13 wisdom. Maybe. I mean, you could tell a lot from that. Would it make a good fertilizer? Would it make a good, would it make good kindling for a campfire? That could be the case very much. I mean, if any of you have grown up in the country or on a farm or have family that farms, it may sound weird, but now we are going to get 10 points to dump into our stats here. Oh, that was my chair. I gotta get a new chair. This one is leaning. My back is killing me right now. But anyway, the show must go on. 10 points to spread around here. And so this could end up being 5 in strength to max that out. 5 in dex to max that if we want. Or we can put some in constitution. I don't know if her mental stats would necessarily go up all that much. But we get 2 points into 1 ability score, or 1 point into 2, and we get those ability score improvements at 4, 8, 12, 16, and 19. Now, what we were talking about, if she did wear studded leather, or she can use a shield also, I said that if con was a low stat, we would get a better benefit from wearing studded leather and just increasing our dex. Our last barbarian had a very poopy dex, but wore heavy, like, plate armor. In this case, if we wanted to, we could take Constitution down if we wanted to bump something else up. I don't know if we necessarily need to. But I do think that we can go athletics. She's a very strong burb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. She can, though any rage abilities are strength-based, as a heads up. And while she may not... Yeah. So if you want to use dex weapons, that's true. You still get, you still do get some benefits. You are correct. And remember, she is going to get... She's going to get 4 points of strength and 4 points of con at level 20. And her cap will increase from 20 to 24. So we have the option, if we blew all 10 points into bringing strength and dex up, well, all right, so her strength then would go to 24, and her con would go to 18. But, you know, no matter how you look at it here, she's not going to max out one of these. I think because she is enamored of ale, wine, and other intoxicants, I think that she's going to have a high con. And what if we do make, maybe not a maximum strength, actually, hang on, let's redo this. We had 2 and 1. As the game is scaled, so that, you know, anyone else is capped at 20. What if we make her a Dex Con primary barb? She can still attack off of that. You know, she wouldn't have a bad strength, but we don't need to maximize strength straight up. Instead, she relies on a high armor and her mobility as a flyer to help put in some work. What if we did this then? 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, and 8. This would give her a 16 dex and a 13 wisdom. All right, here we go. We do this. We put 4 points in dex to bring it to 20. We put 5 points in constitution to bring it to 20. We put 1 point in strength to bring it to 14. That gets bumped up to 18 with her barbarian surge. And the fact she reckless attacks means that is statistically a +5 to hit because you are rolling with advantage. How does that sound? If we go 5, 4, and 1, that's going to use all 10 of our points. Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's on your first. So you are correct there. Although still having an 18, having a +4, really it'd be a +10 to hit at level 20. Isn't that different? Or like, isn't it's a 5% difference between that and 11? And then that's not even taking into account any items or armors or anything else that or if she wears armor that she might pick up. Solar and Senin like it. All right. So distributing our 10 points. 20 con, 20 dex, 14 strength. When she gets her barbarian strength and constitution bumps, that's going to bring her con to 24 and her strength to 18. This is going to give her a 7, a 5, a 4, 0, 1, and -1. I'm going to copy and paste the -1 over in the charisma skills. 1 down the line for wisdom, except perception and survival, which is a good 7 each. Nature's going to be a 6. Everything else is going to be a 0. Constitution saving throw is a 13. Strength saving throw is a 10. Athletics is a 10. And dexterity down the line is going to be 5, which is going to be accented by our danger sense also. She's going to be very survivable and have good hit points. Well, yeah, I mean, she might end up with a robe or whatever you would want to equip her, or if you're playing this character that you have a DM that, you know, what would your level 20 Aarakocra Barbarian have that could be magical if you play with magical items? Of course, you don't have to. Our passive perception is 17. 10 plus your perception modifier, and that reflects your natural awareness. Look, as we're here talking, having this workshop, you're not actively listening for it, but if suddenly you heard your cat go, herka, 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 you know, you weren't trying to listen for it, but you heard it and you immediately identified it because that is your natural awareness. That's what passive perception is. It also saves you a ton of rolls, of extra rolls. Armor class. If we're unarmored, actually, unarmored defense does allow also for a shield. You can use a shield. So, she could fly with a shield if she wanted to. And she would have, oh gosh, 12. Plus 10 is 22. Plus the shield. She would have a 24 armor class. With unarmored defense and a shield. And she'd be flying. Her dexterity is a +5. Or, I'm sorry, her initiative is a +5 because it's simply a dex check. Now let's calculate some hit points. At level 1, you get your full hit die worth of hit points, so that's 12. Yeah, give her Captain America's shield. The remaining 19 levels of her 20, you get half +1. Unless your DM says otherwise. Then for all her levels, all 20 of them, you get bonus hit points equal to your Constitution modifier. So here's our math. This alone is giving us 140 hit points. You know what? I wonder if did I misadd Fulgurus's hit points? I might have multiplied that incorrectly. Because that's 63. That's 136. And I don't think I used the correct number in Fulgurus last time. All right, Drizzkill, thanks for hanging out and chatting with us. This is going to be 176 plus 12 is 188. Yeah, why do I have such a big difference? They both have the same con. What did I derp on? There's a difference of 110. Well, sorry, everyone. It's apparently after 3 a.m., and I'm a little tired. I can't do basic math. 12 plus. Then we have 19 times 7. And then we have our 20 times 7. So the 20 times 7 is easy. That's 140. That's right? 20 times 5 is 100. And then we have 2 other cases at 20, so that's 140. So 63, that's 3. Carry the 6. So I think I forgot to carry the tens for the teens or whatever. So that is 100. That is 100 and 36, because that was a 13. Okay. This is now 276. Plus 12 is 200 and 288. Is that what I had on the other one? 278. Yep, forgot to carry that tens. All right. And 288. I can do math, I promise. If we're attacking with a strength weapon, we have a plus 10 to hit, which is very respectable. If we're attacking with a dex weapon, we have a plus 11 to hit. Absolutely acceptable. Either, we can use different aspects of rage for either. This lets us be very mobile. This allows us to, to fly through the air and shoot down with a bow. We don't get our rage benefits from damage, but we still would get damage resistance if we're hit, which could be important if we're in the air. We have an insane armor class. Ugh. Also, our speed does improve as well. Fast movement. Your speed increases by 10 feet while you aren't wearing heavy armor. And I believe that affects your fly speed as well. So our fly speed is 60. And while we may provoke attacks of opportunity, we can even make flying strafe runs. We can fly, attack twice, and then fly away, which could bait out an attack of opportunity, meaning that our friends could set up and not have to worry about it. Because not only do we have a high AC, we have a ton of hit points and can take that hit. Yeah, I mean, because barbarians just say no for armor. It's like, oh, I'm going to hit you with my sword. No. I'm just going to, catch it in my pectoral muscle and deflect it. I'm not going to take that hit. But I hit you. No, you didn't. We don't have to worry about spell slots. And so really the last thing to figure out is, what is the totem? Did you forget about our trinket? What is the totem of our barbarian tribe we carry with us to identify ourselves? And that is represented by trinket number 10. And trinket number 10 is the deed for a parcel of land in a realm unknown to you. Oh, what if then the invading force was someone who came in and sort of had an eminent domain and, you know, kicked the natives off the land or something along those lines. So they came in and we were civil. We're going to give you. We're going to give you a deed to, you know, we're going to parcel this out. We're going to develop this area. You did a great job raising the forest. It's beautiful. And, you know, it's ours, but we're going to make sure that you have a portion of it that you can still live on or something along those lines. So in this case, our tribal trinket, or perhaps even that mark of shame that we carry, again, everyone, it writes itself. The story writes itself with our character. The deed for a parcel of land in a realm unknown to you. And I love how this comes all the way back. This is why character creation is a beautiful process. And it is... I love the imagination it spurs, and I love the world building that one character creates. Which is why if you're a dungeon master, make sure you read the character sheets that are handed to you. You have someone who's passionate about wanting to have a character like this that exists. And so let that character help build your world so you don't have to stress about it. You know, all she needs is a name. And so if something comes to you, let me know. Yeah, this is a cool character. She's functional, has an awesome story, and is fairly easy to play, despite being an epic tier 20th level barbarian.